Hey, what's going on guys? Shane here, and today we're talking about having a flat foot or being on your toes when throwing a kick. There's a time and place for both, so let's discuss. Okay guys, so the way that we're going to organize this video is going to be linear kicks and round kicks. So let's talk about linear kicks first, because with all of those, we are going to keep a flat foot. Now linear means straight, right down the center. All right, so that could be the front push kick, the teep, that could be the side kick, coming here. Could be the back kick, right? So I'm going. Those are ones that are, like I said, coming straight down the center, linear kicks. Now, why do we want to keep a flat foot? It's because we have more surface area on the ground, more support, and more balance, okay? So if I'm trying to push someone back, I don't want to be up on my toes, because if I'm up on my toes, now there's some give in my ankle. We don't want any give. We want to push into the earth, and we want the earth to push into us, and push that into our target. So we're going to be flat-footed when we throw our teeps, when we throw a side kick, again, when we throw the back kick, anything that's linear, that we're drilling right down the center, we want that support, we want that balance to be able to push into our target. Okay, now let's talk about round kicks, roundhouse kicks. And when you watch fighters, when you watch Thai fighters, they're very tall, right? When they throw their kicks, you see them pivot on the ball of their foot, and they whip that kick across. And that's the reason why they do it, is because when you have that pivot point, as opposed to sliding on your heel, it's a lot more friction, you're going to move a lot slower, it's going to be wasted energy, wasted time. We want to be able to spin like a top, right? So I go here when I throw my kicks. But let's talk about where we're aiming, because that changes things. If you're going high, then we're going to go on the ball of our foot. High meaning going to the head, going to the high shoulder or high body. But once we get to low body and legs, we're actually going to be flat-footed, and there's going to be exceptions to the rule, all right? Don't hold me to that. This is what we're talking about here. So if I'm going to the head, I really want to get that hip torque, and I want to pivot quick, then I'm going to go on the ball of my foot, and my toes are almost going to face behind me. All right? Like I said, there's going to be a quicker pivot that way because there's less touching the ground. If I'm going to the high shoulder, if I'm really trying to smash someone's forearms, again, I'm going to do that pivot real quick. Now, if I'm smashing forearms, that's not the same as hitting low body. Low body is when I'm trying to hit ribs. That's kind of hard to land. It's a high score in Muay Thai because people can catch that kick. But when we throw that, I actually like pivoting on the ball of my foot, but landing on my heel when the kick lands. So it looks like this. Or I can stay on the ball of my foot, right? If I'm really just trying to go for quick extension and quick retraction, I can do that as well. But I remember training with Giga Kick, they actually call it the Giga Kick, where he would throw high kicks over and over, then he'd fake a high kick and then drop it down low. And I noticed that when he lands to the body, his heel touches the ground. So he's up on the toes, and then he drops it down to the heel. One more time, up, and it sells it. It fakes it like it's coming up high, so people lift their arms up, they expose the ribs, boom, then it lands to the body. But like I said, there was that one minor detail that I noticed, and it really helped me, was dropping to the heel as you throw it. And then when you go to the legs, it's almost always flat foot. You don't want to be up on the ball of your foot when you do it. And the reason is because we're not really pivoting when we throw the low kick. What we do is we take the cheat step, right? We run into it, and that's the pivot right there. So we don't have to pivot anymore. Now it's just the actual kick. So if I'm already right here, then I can be on the flat entire foot, but you actually notice a lot of people kind of lean the weight into the outer edge of the foot. So when they step, they go here. Once again, right? Because there's not much of a pivot. So think about it like that. If we're throwing that round kick and we're going with a quick pivot, then you want to be on the ball of your foot. You want to spin like a top. But if we're already there with the pivot, with the cheat step, then we're just going to stay flat foot. If it's a linear kick, stay flat foot. Now, of course, there's exceptions to the rule. We've definitely seen people where they fake a low kick and then lift the kick up high and go for a head kick. That's awesome. If you have the flexibility and the dexterity in your hips to be able to do that, you can absolutely get away with that, right? So exceptions to the rule, practice both, but you will notice that if you're going for that hip torque, if you're going for that quick pivot, and you're going high, get up to the ball of your foot, get tall. If you're going low, stay flat-footed, or if you're feinting, if you're tricking them up, then there's the exception. Guys, these details make all the difference. Of course, rules are always meant to be broken, and if you catch someone with a head kick and you're flat on your foot and you knock them out, there's no arguing it was a good kick, right? But practice makes perfect, and these are just ways of optimizing your kicks. So keep it in mind and be a stickler with your technique. Until next time, be sure to subscribe to get the fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane with fightTIPS for the underdogs.